สั้นๆ20 นาทีครับวันนี้ผมจะมาอ่านเรื่อง Education Policy and Strategy ครับ Education policy and situations of it Protect Minister of Education. Education is key to a nation development and competitiveness. It is a capability of its human capital level, then cohesional resource that give the country a competitive edge. Any attempt to reform our national education system that will involve millions of personnel and students have to take into account the pursuit of Thai education. Too many houses have been spent in running with little resource in knowledge, acquisition in learners who are stayed out and immer relatively accurately field. Organization under the leadership of the new minister in practice is paid on continuity of policies and implementation. The community models of parity must be assured to allow for its novel and supportive role in other policy implementation. Most active participation from all sectors is particular school directors is expanded into a school director must attend importance to the policy directive which must be carried out earnest in order to effectively move forward the government education policies. The following policy and station and highlighted. 1. Excellent quality development of education and learners. Reform the curriculum at all levels of education. Curriculum contents should be reviewed, especially in core subjects with the following young students with basic knowledge and continue learning that allow them to keep up with a verb object. Emphasis should be paid on passes mathematics that prepare further scientists and make enmities English language and Thai language are priority subject because young Thais have problem in using English for communication, in living, in critical thinking, and in summary writing. This cerebral value and its times as well as knowledge or health and nutrition will promote appropriate to children at an stage of development. Development human resources in response to domestic and international demands. Human resource development shall focus on areas of disciplines when they in state of quality field. Soil gender or are in line with development needs of the country. Special attention should be given to the stock based in soil and made in my images. Teacher must guide the young student towards fostering their study in fields that are in the study students' projects as ASEAN's community. Enhance them community and open up employment opportunities for the Thai people abroad. In this condition, the Prime Minister have asked the Ministry of Education to step up the production of vocation capital in computer and automotive engineering to report to the rising demand on the automotive industry. Instill ethical, moral, and democratic values in students. Students should be encouraged to follow the path of Dharma on a continuous basis from an early age, such various as desire, division of labor and teamwork, volunteering, muscle support, sacrifice for the common good, and gender equality should be cultivated in students' projects that promote religion practice, including the Buddhist school. Morality teaching by monk. School leader for Dharma practice choose the continue and fully support civic and moral education should be listed in the curriculum. Develop teachers, faculty, staff, and education personnel. The quality of teachers, faculty, staff, and education personnel should be developed. Emphasis should be given to addressing teacher certified in specific fields. Out of field teaching and training new teacher in Dragon no blank local without teacher and recruit few personnel from other sectors should be enough to the excel in teaching such subject as language, social and mathematics. Teacher developed should be grace towards encourage students to think critically and critically. Incentives should be explored to boost morale among teachers, faculty, staff, and education personnel, especially in terms of salary, promotion, and development. Use of it is to improve education quality. Best practice from IEC, ICT model schools should be in the field and applied in other schools. Increase access to education. Provide education opportunity to prune the underprivileged and disabled. Exempt education opportunity should be explained to the poor, the underprivileged, and the disabled in accordance with the original objective. The one district, one ratio project should target students, providing opportunity for them to study abroad, develop lifelong learning opportunities. Non-formal and informal education should be promoted to expand lifelong learning opportunities. Communities learning centers should provide vocational training to both working age and gym population. Job training should have and get the skill. Essential skills join and learning to get into population into the workforce. Learning centers should establish about to teach Thai language to the foreign learners and support Thais living overseas in readiness for the establishment of the single ASEAN community in 2015. Language used into the neighboring countries should promote at least will exam communication and mutual understanding. Special support should be given to the Royal Initiative Project. His Majesty the King, neutrality of agriculture and activity of support of Her Majesty. The Queen does promote Thai arts and craft product from the One Table, One Product author project. should be further developed to meet international standard and boost its trust. Brainstein in the Teach Southern Border province. In line with Prime Minister policy, the Ministry of Education will focus on using education as a tool to resolve conflicts lives. In the three southernmost provinces in this regard, the ministry will work closely with the southern border provinces administrative center and the internal security operations command to the protect teachers, students, and the access special uniform advertisement and salary incentives should be given to the teacher and education personnel in the province. The medium of instruction should be bilingual, Thai and Malay, to garner better understanding and communication among teachers and students. Or level the related problems. All schools should be traffic. The existing wide school project will be state teams and college monitor problems such as synchronicity, violence in school, addiction to online games, and addiction to drugs will be the elevate. Appropriate safe education should be modeled to the infant student hunting pregnancy and affects their future. Students should learn how to avoid illness and be informed about the offended abuse and risk and the punishments right to the use and bullying. Moral education students should be projected to promote a better image of education, not education. ขอบคุณครับวันนี้ก็เพียงเท่านี้ครับ